Michael Carter adjusted his worn baseball cap as he entered Carter's diner in disguise. For 15 years he'd owned this place, yet he rarely visited anymore. Customer reviews remained stellar, but employee turnover had increased and profits had dipped that he settled at the counter observing everything. That's when he noticed Henry, an elderly dishwasher, rail-thin with white hair, probably mid-70s. The old man never stopped moving, never complained. Customers greeted him by name. A young mother approached the register. Her face fell as she opened her wallet. Cashier Megan frowned, calling over Troy. They spoke in annoyed tones while the mother grew embarrassed. Henry looked over. Without hesitation, he slipped bills to Megan. The mother left gratefully. "That's the third time this week," Troy muttered. "Old fool's going broke, saving strays." Megan snickered. "I heard he sleeps in that junker car." Michael's hands tightened. Over the next hours, Henry stayed well past his shift, cleaning meticulously. Twice more he covered for customers who came up short. "Why does he do that?" Michael asked a regular named Ron. "Henry? Lost his wife 5 years back. Cancer wiped out their savings. Won't take charity, proud man. Works even though arthritis is killing him." Michael noticed Henry wincing, rubbing his back. Yet he never complained. When a waitress dropped a tray, Henry quickly appeared with a mop. Troy muttered, "Useless old man should be in a nursing home." Michael observed Troy and Megan whispering, glancing toward Henry. Suddenly, they made a show of counting the register. "We're short again," Troy announced. $42. Michael realized something ugly was happening. He would learn the truth. The next day, Michael listened as Troy and Megan plotted. "Henry's been slipping money in when customers can't pay, but Patricia doesn't know that," Troy said. "So if we help those numbers not add up and make sure she catches him near the register, she'll think he's stealing. Then you bring in your cousin and we split the bonus," Megan added. Michael felt cold fury. They were framing him. That evening, Michael followed Henry to a dilapidated trailer behind trees. A single bulb flickered inside a space so small Michael could barely fathom anyone living there. Ron later told Michael the full story. Martha's cancer needed treatments insurance wouldn't cover. Henry sold everything: house, retirement, car. After she passed, bills kept coming. He refused bankruptcy. The trailer's best he could afford while making hospital payments and sending money to his daughter in Seattle. She doesn't know how bad it is. Michael had to act. The next morning, Michael had set his plan. A woman he'd contacted, Jessica, entered with her daughter. When she couldn't pay, Henry covered her bill. Minutes later, Troy told manager Patricia, "Register one's short." Right after Henry was near it, Patricia counted the drawer. $37 missing. "I have to take action." She confronted Henry. "The register's been short all week. It happened after you were near the cash drawer." Henry's face showed shock, then hurt. "You think I'm stealing? We've seen you at the register multiple times," Troy added. "I was helping customers who couldn't pay," Henry explained. "Putting money in, not taking it out." Megan scoffed. "On a dishwasher's salary?" Henry's hands trembled. "I would never steal. This place has been my lifeline." "I have to let you go," Patricia said with regret. Troy stepped forward. "I'll escort him out." "That won't be necessary," came a new voice. Michael stood up, removed his cap, and walked forward. Patricia's eyes widened. "Mr. Carter, I've been here every day this week, observing," Michael stated. Patricia mentioned broken cameras. "Interesting, since I authorized new ones 2 days ago. Hidden ones. With audio." He connected a device to the television. The screen showed Troy pocketing bills, Megan voiding transactions, then both plotting. "If we frame Henry, I bring in my cousin and we split the bonus." Gasps rippled through the diner. The footage then showed Henry slipping money into the register after helping customers, staying hours after his shift, defending younger staff. "This morning's evidence was manufactured," Michael announced. "The only theft has been by those making accusations." Troy's face drained. "There's been a misunderstanding. You didn't mean to get caught," Michael finished. "Did you know Henry lives in a trailer behind this diner, paying off his late wife's medical bills? That he skips meals to help customers? That he works through arthritis pain, refusing to be a burden?" Patricia shook her head, tears welling. "I failed him," Michael continued. "Henry embodies everything Carter's Diners was meant to stand for." 2 police officers entered. As Troy and Megan were escorted out, Michael turned to Henry. "I owe you an apology for failing to ensure you were treated with respect." I hope you'll allow me to make amends. Henry looked up. No apology needed, Mr. Carter. Everyone will know what kind of man Henry Lawson is, Michael said. The diner erupted in applause. The next morning, Michael called Henry into his office. You've worked as a dishwasher for 7 years, showing more dedication than anyone, Michael said, sliding a folder across. Effective immediately, you're promoted to floor manager with substantial salary increase, full benefits, and reasonable hours. Henry's eyes widened. But I don't have experience. You have integrity and compassion, Michael smiled. He pushed another folder forward. I spoke with your daughter last night. She knows everything now. I never wanted to burden her. Henry's voice broke. She said love isn't a burden, it's a privilege. Michael tapped the folder. Inside is the deed to a house 3 blocks from here. It's yours. No rent, no mortgage. And your wife's remaining medical bills have been paid in full. Henry's composure broke. Tears streamed down his face. Why would you do this? Because you reminded me that business is about people. You've been living the values I only talked about, Michael said, extending his hand. Thank you for showing me how to be better. When they emerged, the diner burst into applause. Starting today, Michael announced, Carter's Diners will provide living wages, comprehensive benefits, and emergency assistance. No one should choose between paying bills and helping others. Customers cheered. Amy, the mother Henry had helped, stepped forward with an envelope. We started a collection. Let's use it to start the Henry Lawson Community Fund, Michael suggested, to help others facing medical bills or hard times. Henry looked around at faces he'd served quietly for years. Their smiles reflected the impact of his kindness. In the weeks that followed, Henry settled into his new home and position. Though he no longer needed to work, he stayed. The diner was his community, his purpose, his family. Every day when Henry walked through the doors, he was greeted not as the struggling dishwasher, but as the man whose compassion had transformed an entire business and community. Michael kept his promise, remaining hands-on. The changes spread across all locations, creating a culture where kindness was valued as highly as profit. As for Troy and Megan, their names became cautionary tales, a reminder that character matters more than cleverness, and true worth isn't measured by what you take, but by what you give when you think no one is watching.